The Senate will please come to order. To begin this session today on Friday, we'll begin with a moment of silence. Thank you. Are there any announcements this morning? The senator from Rutland is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. I asked for a point of personal privilege to read some prepared remarks I've made this morning.
You may go ahead.
Thank you. Yesterday morning, your Senate Health and Welfare Committee spent several hours taking testimony on S-204, a bill which proposes the idea of allowing freestanding birthing centers to operate in Vermont. We had a tremendous amount of testimony around this concept, a concept that I was unfamiliar with before yesterday morning's committee session. During this testimony, I raised my virtual hand and was acknowledged by Chair Lyons, as I had intended on asking several questions. I started off my questions by stating, and I quote, "This concept is quite foreign to me, and it's intriguing, only to be interrupted by a witness who made a disgusting, disrespectful, and downright inappropriate comment towards me. This comment included a foul word that I will not say in this respected chamber, and was aimed at me by this witness as she said in a sarcastic tone, 'Of course you don't know anything about this. You only have 4 kids.' I do believe that this was a classic example of a person who was caught making a terrible statement while assuming that she was muted. However, the hurtful words were nonetheless spoken, and everyone listening, including our audience on YouTube, was exposed to this unnecessary and ignorant statement. It is especially troubling to me and my wife that this individual references the fact that I have 4 children, and because of this, I should be an expert on what a freestanding birthing clinic is. For the record, my wife and I walked through her 4 pregnancies hand in hand. The proudest 4 days of my life were those spent at her side as she gave birth to our loving children in a hospital. Our job as senators is tough. Decisions are made based on solid questioning and seeking to understand the purpose of a bill. Harmful comments like these are simply unnecessary by anyone, and bringing our families into the discussion by witnesses is irresponsible and inappropriate. I wish to thank our Pro Tem Senator Ballant, Chair Ginny Lyons, and Ledge Counsel Jennifer Carby for their assistance and support in this matter. Thank you, Madam President.
Senator, thank you. Are there any additional announcements this morning? We have 2 House bills for reference. H 448, an act relating to approval of amendments to the Charter of the City of Burlington. Introduced by Representative Chena, Burlington, and others. It passed the House on February 2nd, 2023, excuse me. Please listen to the first reading of H 448.
H 448, an act relating to approval of amendments to the Charter of the City of Burlington.
You've heard the first reading, and the bill is referred to the Committee on Government Operations.
Madam President?
Yes, the senator from Windham is recognized.
I believe in that you said that it was came out of the committee on February something 2023, and you might want to correct that for the record.
Sorry, February 23rd, 2022. Thank you. With appreciation for the correction. H 456, an act relating to establishing strategic goals and reporting requirements for the Vermont State Colleges, introduced by Representative Fagan and others. It passed the House on February 23rd, 2022. Please listen to the first reading of H 456.
H 456, an act relating to establishing strategic goals and reporting requirements for the Vermont State Colleges.
You've heard the first reading, and the bill is referred to the Committee on Education. This brings us to the orders of the day. We have on the calendar for third reading H654, an act relating to extending COVID-19 healthcare regulatory flexibility. Third reading was ordered on February 24th. Are there any amendments before third reading? Please listen to the third reading of H654.
H654, an act relating to extending COVID-19 healthcare regulatory flexibility.
The question is, shall the bill pass in concurrence? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've passed H654 in concurrence. We have on the calendar today for action JRS 43, a joint resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Forests, Parks, and Recreation to exchange quitclaim deeds with the Vermont Land Trust and the Nature Conservancy in order to confirm the boundary between the Long Trail State Forest and the land co-owned by the Vermont Land Trust and the Nature Conservancy in the towns of Eden and Belvedere. Please listen to the second reading of the resolution.
JRS 43, joint resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Forest, Parks, and Recreation to exchange quitclaim deeds with the Vermont Land Trust and the Nature Conservancy in order to confirm the boundary between the Long Trail State Forest and the land co-owned by the Vermont Land Trust and the Nature Conservancy in the towns of Eden and Belvedere.
The senator from Essex Orleans, Senator Ingalls, is recognized for an explanation of the resolution on behalf of the Committee on Institutions.
Thank you, Madam President. If I may just read the resolution, Madam President.
You may.
This was put forth by the Institutions Committee, JRS 43, joint resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Forest, Parks, and Recreation to exchange quitclaim deeds with the Vermont Land Trust and Nature Conservatory in order to confirm the boundary between the Long Trail State Forest and the land co-owned by the Vermont Land Trust and Nature Conservatory in the towns of Eden and Belvedere. Whereas the Department of Forest, Parks, and Recreation owns and manages certain lands in the towns of Eden and Belvedere, known as the Long Trail State Forest, that abuts lands co-owned by the Vermont Land Trust and the Nature Conservatory, and whereas 3.5 miles of the common boundary between the Long Trail State Forest and the lands that VLT and TNC co-own is uncertain as to its location on the grounds and its existing deeds, and whereas the department and VLT and TNC have reached an agreement to confirm and locate the shared common boundaries through an exchange of quitclaim deeds and a survey of the boundary to be recorded in the land records of the towns of Eden and Belvedere, whereas 10 VSA section 2606 subchapter B authorizes the Commissioner of Forest, Parks, and Recreation to sell, convey, exchange, or lease land or interest in land, or to amend deeds, leases, and easements interest under his or her jurisdiction with the approval of the General Assembly. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that the General Assembly authorizes the Commissioner of Forest, Parks, and Recreation to exchange quitclaim deeds with the Vermont Land Trust and Nature Conservatory in order to confirm the boundary between the Long Trail State Forest and the lands co-owned by the Vermont Land Trust and the Nature Conservatory in the towns of Eden and Belvedere, and be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to the Commissioner of Forest, Parks, and Recreation, the Vermont Land Trust, and the Nature Conservatory. We heard from the Senator Committee of Institutions heard from Michael Chernick, Legislative Counsel, Office of Legislative Counsel, and Michael Snyder, Commissioner, Departments of Forest, Parks, and Recreation. The committee vote was 5-0-0, and we ask this esteemed body to concur. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. The question is, shall the resolution be read the third time? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and you've ordered a third reading of JRS 43. We have on the calendar for action S-261, an act relating to municipal retention of property tax collections, which was introduced on January 14th. It was referred to the Committee on Finance, which reports it has considered the bill and recommends that the bill be amended as appears on pages 559 to 560 of today's calendar, and that when so amended, the bill ought to pass. Please listen to the second reading of S-261.
S-261, an act relating to municipal retention of property tax collection.
The senator from the great district of Orange, Senator McDonald, is recognized for the report of the Committee on Finance.
Thank you, Madam President. May I speak to the bill as well as the amendment?
You may.
Madam President, I always look forward to reporting on bills dealing with our education funding system because it's an opportunity to address an eager class of senators wishing to learn the ins and outs and details of the history and philosophy behind our education funding system. But in reporting this bill is not going to teach or present any of that information. It is rather mundane. The bill was sent to us under the title of billing, collecting, and remitting the taxes for education. And when we got the bill looked at providing a fee to towns who perform these tasks. Well, as it turns out, the law has a fee to provide the towns for committing the task. The fee has been in place for the last 2 decades, and it is unchanged. What has changed is in consolidation, there are new people collecting the money and remitting it, and they weren't aware that there is a fee. So the bill makes 2 technical changes by changing words from the to each town and each municipality instead of the town and the municipality, and reiterates that how the payments are made, and adds a sentence, half a sentence, to say not only will the payments be made to the state treasurer or the applicable school district or districts. In short, they continue to do what they're doing now, but with consolidation, there are different people doing what has always been done for the last 2 decades, and there is no appreciable change. So I hope we will add these technical amendments and then pass the bill. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the Senate amend the bill as recommended by the Committee on Finance? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've amended the bill as recommended by the Committee on Finance. The question now is, shall the bill be read the third time? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please unmute and say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've ordered third reading of S-261. I believe this does complete our orders of the day, and we will do that now. And I may ask the senior senator from Wyndham, or junior senator from Wyndham, our dear pro tem, to an adjournment motion.
Thank you so much. Was in talking with Penny Carpenter, Senate Secretary's office. Pending announcement, I move that the Senate stand in adjournment until Tuesday, March 8th at 9:30. Is that correct, John?
I think we are.
Got it. So check your emails because that will be just a session to advance the calendar. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. The senator from Wyndham has moved that subject to any announcements, the Senate do adjourn until Tuesday, March 8th, 2022 at 9:30. Are there any announcements? The junior senator from Caledonia is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate institutions will meet at 1 o'clock.
And the junior senator from Bennington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. The Senate Education will meet at 1:15.
And the senior senator from Washington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Finance will meet at 1:30.
And the senior senator from Wyndham is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Government Operations will meet at 1:15, and the Reapportionment Committee will meet at 12. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any additional announcements? The senator from Windsor is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. I am looking forward to the next time this body meets to being in the chamber on March 8th. And I wish you all a restoring week of town meeting week. I know many of you are going to be busy going to lots of town meetings virtually and in person. But I hope that after our town meetings are over, we all take the opportunity to take a deep breath. And I thank you all for your hard work. I really, we've lifted a lot during the course of these short weeks, and I am grateful for all of you. Thank you.
And the senator from Essex Orleans is recognized.
Madam President, a point of personal privilege, please.
I don't believe it's my duty to, you have it.
Thank you. I just want to say that in today's world, when another country attacks another country unprovoked, I just don't understand it. And I hope that we all keep the country of Ukraine in our thoughts and prayers, and hope that the best solution can happen there. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Thank you,
Madam
Senator.
President.
Are there any additional announcements? Senator from Wyndham has moved that the Senate do adjourn until Tuesday, March 8th at 9:30 a.m. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the Senate stands adjourned until Tuesday, March 8th at 9:30 a.m.